As I said in my press conference, I'm very grateful to be the head coach of this team. There's a number of things that has transpired over this first month of being the head coach. The things that have been that's been important to me is the conversation that me and Mooj has had about this roster, about the coaching staff, the scouting department, and the conversation that I've held our ownership group about how we see this as a team and moving forward. So those things have been outstanding to me. Listen, Mooj has talked about the Aaron Rodgers deal. I don't think there needs to be anything else said about that, especially with some of the players we have on the roster also. I don't think anything has to be said about that. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the forward thinking of this group and what we're going to do as a team. So we're here to win now, and we're looking forward to it. So any questions?
Steve Wilkes, just talk about what he brings as a defensive coordinator. How did you land on him being your defensive coordinator?
Listen, Steve's been a guy that I've been knowing for a while. Great defensive mind. Been a head coach, somebody I can lean on when I need questions about being a head coach. And he's going to do a hell of a job for us. Aggressive, sees the game exactly like the way I see it when it comes to defense, and that's one of the reasons why he's my defense coordinator.
Aaron, is it your belief that Tyrod is probably going to be your week one starting quarterback this year? Is that how you're...
Well, we can't say that. We haven't had free agency. We haven't had the draft. Listen, Tyrod's a good player. We know that. I think he's won almost 50% of his games. So he's a guy that's been around this league for a long time. So to answer that question, it's hard to because the draft and free agents haven't came yet.
When you're evaluating these rookie quarterbacks, like what are some things you're looking for?
We're looking for winners. We're looking for winners.
Are you confident that you can find a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers for 2021?
We're confident we're trying to win games. So that may be, it is what it is. So, and that's it. And the thing is, I don't want to disrespect any of the players we have on our team. And it kind of pisses me off and some of the other players that's what we all talk about. You have Quentin Williams, you have Quincy Williams, you have AVT. Now you have Joe Tippmann. All those guys need to be respected as far as winning games also.
You mentioned Quentin when the move was made with Aaron, who was a little critical of it. He said basically head for another rebuild.
Yeah.
Have you talked to Quentin?
Yes, I have talked to him. And listen, I understand the reaction of the players. But I will say this. Every decision that me and Mooj make is to win and to win now. So I understand it. But again, listen, this is not going to be the last decision I make, right? That's going to upset some people. And that's okay, right? But as men, we talk about it. We make sure we keep it in house that we're going to continue to do.
What do you think Jordan's strategy is that? How important is it to bring in competition with Tyrod?
We're going to bring in competition at every position. It's not just the quarterback position. That can be D tackle, DB, linebacker, doesn't matter. The nature of this game is competing, and we're going to do that at every position.
Aaron talked about a certain type of player. What is the player, the type of player that you think? I know you said winner, but is there anything?
We're looking for smart, tough, aggressive, and resilient players. All right, we're going to do everything we can to find those guys. And listen, you can find them in all different spots, small schools, big-time schools, trades. Wherever we can find them, we're going to try to bring them on this team.
What did you learn about Tanner Engstrand over the years? What made him be the guy that you wanted to be?
Very, very smart. Was a huge part of that Detroit Lions offense. Listen, I know Ben Johnson got all the credit, but there's a number of people that were around him, including Steve Heighton, who I also have on the staff also. So he's going to do a really good job for us. He was the passing game coordinator there. And it's time for him to be a coordinator, right? He's paid his dues. He's a hell of a coach, and he's done a good job for us in Detroit. He's going to do a good job for us here. Say it one more time. The Ohio State receivers? Well, apparently the coach has done a hell of a job because they keep getting drafted. So, who I know very well. But listen, they have a pipeline of those guys. They're going to do a good job of actually going to get those guys out of high school. So, a lot of credit to who scouts those guys and the receiver coach there. And I don't think it's going to change anytime soon, especially if they continue this pipeline of receivers that keep coming out of there. We're looking for good players. Listen, it doesn't matter where you're at. If you're a good player at the receiver position, man, we're going to do everything we can to get you on this team. That's what we're about, trying to get good players.
What kind of guy
Listen, that's what you hear. But listen, every player on our team is important to us. Again, I don't want to disrespect anybody on our team by just talking about the quarterback. Um, Again, and I've already named those names of the guys, all right? But obviously, quarterback is an important position. But listen, everybody on our team is important.
Sauce Gardner expressed his desire to want to stay here, stay with the Jets long term.
Yep.
How important is it to keep those young players in house?
I keep saying this, man. We're trying to keep good players on the Jets, right? That's the way to win games.
Hey, Aaron, you mentioned Ben Johnson.
Yep.
What's it like to be here with him, and what kind of product are the players getting with their
Listen, Ben's he's a very, very smart man. He knows the offense inside and out. The other good thing about Ben is he understands defense also. So for him to get a chance to attack other teams, that's one thing he looks at quite a bit. That's how the defense, and especially the way they maneuver with receiver motion and things like that. So, listen, that's going to be continue to be a tough division that he's in. Listen, all four of those teams are good teams in that division. So I look forward to seeing how he operates there. Listen, Kel's been a guy I've been mentoring for a while. He's tough. He's gritty. He understands ball from a number of different perspectives. And listen, I just totally have a lot of confidence in that man. And I think he's going to do a hell of a job. Listen, he's a big man that understands D-line play, but he's a very gentle man also. So I think the player is going to be able to relate to him really, really well. And he's very smart. So for him getting a chance to call it, I can see him doing that. He's going to do a good job.
Aaron, you talk about good players.
Yep.
Adams has been a pretty good player in the NFL.
Yes, he has.
Obviously, there's a business component with his salary. Do you want him to be on the Jets in 2025?
Listen, he's on the team right now, and we got to continue to have conversations about how we're going to move in that direction. But listen, again, we're in the business of collecting good players, and we'll see how that goes moving forward. Say that one more time. Listen, there's a couple of guys that have done it, not at the standard that he's done it in college. But listen, he's a hell of a player. I don't want to take anything away from his skill set at either position. But he's a guy that's done a really good job in college. And to play that many plays goes to show just how much in shape that he is and the amount of work that he does in the offseason to have his body in position and ready to play. So it's hard to say. I'll tell you what, when we start to take a look at him, we'll see exactly where he fits when it comes to us, if we have a chance to get the player. But a lot of respect for what he's done. Listen, I think the most enjoyable thing was getting the coaching staff. And here's what I was saying that, because there's so many coaches out there that everybody wants you to get, and there are all these names. But I'm a huge believer in getting the guys that's right for the job, and right for the job for us. So listen, if the guys don't have all the big names that everybody wants, they are a hell of a coach. You can find them anywhere. Division II, guys high school, other coaches that are assistants of other teams. And that's what I did. And it took a while to do that. And I want to take a while because I want to make sure I get the right guys. And I said this before, compatibility is just as important as coachability, because you want guys that can actually coach together. Whatever my weak spots are, somebody can help me with those weak spots. And that's vice versa along the coaching staff. And I did everything I can to try to make sure I do that. And I think we have an outstanding coaching staff. They're going to do a hell of a job for us. And it's just like going to get players. I want guys going to help us be able to win, right? And that's what this coaching staff is going to do for us. Say it again. Well, here's the funny thing is I didn't talk about a run concept or a pass concept within the first 3 weeks of the job. Everything else we talked about. So, but that's okay. I understood that. And again, this has been an outstanding process this whole month. One of the traits? Well, first of all, speed is what everybody's looking for, exactly what I'm looking for. The vertical jump is important when you're 5'10". Arm length is important when you're 5'10". And more than anything, just your competitive nature. Right? It's one thing that when you watch a player, you be able to judge the heart and how hard he competes. And a lot of times that overcomes a lot of size. So, and there's a number of guys in this draft, all right, that's at that point. So we're going to continue to look at that.
Similar to that, Aaron, how does your personal experience? I'm sure you were called undersized when you were going through the draft and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
How does your experience color how you view height, weight, speed, traits that you talk about during the draft process?
Listen, I look for guys that love football. I look for guys that are highly competitive, and I look for guys that endear themselves to their teammates. And those are some of the things that you just don't be able to scout. But you really have to dig in and find out who the player is. And when you have those qualities, man, it overcomes a lot of things. So we continue to look for those things. And, man, just the competitive spirit of any man that goes up there and play, like, overcomes a lot. And that's what we look for.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
How much has that shaped your experience just seeing how Brad and work together with not just each other, but the entire staff?
Well, not just in Detroit, you just start to see that across the league in general. And a number of the teams that are doing a good job or that are successful have that collaboration. And plus the communication with that also helps you make better decisions. And me and Mooj have been doing a really good job of that. Also with the ownership group. So, and we're going to continue to go that way because it works. And, again, we just saw it in Detroit, and we're taking that model right here with the Jets. And, I look forward to it, that communication with Mooj.